Hi, welcome back to the Morristown Market Report. I'm Amy Schrader with Remax Real Estate 10.
And I'm Kim Swan with Union Home Mortgage.
And we are on location today at Snowbird Coffee here in Morristown. We are located up the hill from the Home Depot if you've never been here. So you're going to hear the coffee machines in the background. We're going to try and talk up and drown that out a little bit. But our guest today is Lukas William. He is our manager here at Snowbird Coffee. So welcome, Lukas. We're excited to have you, excited to be here with you. What can you tell us about Snowbird? Like, what's the history of the coffee shop? What inspired them to start it?
Right, so they figured out a couple of years ago that they were really bad farmers.
Okay.
And that's okay. So you gotta try and learn and relearn, and then they decided to get into coffee. Why not? So we started out in a small little truck going around up in Hartford and there to the raft guys. And that was their main clientele starting out, was the rafters, the raft guys, people on the river, catering to whatever they needed. And it started getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And we upgraded from one vehicle to another vehicle in Newport as a drive-through trolley, and it's drive-through only, and it's the most unique coffee shop in East Tennessee.
It is,
sure.
I've seen
It
it.
is, definitely.
And then once that got established in 2012, I believe, and they really got the momentum, they came over here to Morristown and established number 2. And we've been here, it was our year last October, so a little bit over a year, quite a bit over a year now, but we are very happy to be in Morristown here. And look out for number 3 opening up downtown Newport in the old hardware store, and that will be middle towards end of May. That will be full service inside bistro only. The trolley will remain open for drive-through orders.
Good deal. So what sets Snowbird apart from other coffee places in the area?
Especially here in Morristown, there's a lot of coffee everywhere. We know that. That's in the past 10, 15 years. That's
Well,
really
past 2
picked up
for
here.
us.
Right.
Yeah.
Who's counting? But in the past couple of years, it's been coffee, coffee, coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Especially over here in Morristown, new developments, all that sort of thing, which we'd love to see. But for us, we start from bean to cup. It is us. We get those beans imported from all around the world, being as ethical as possible. We roast that ourselves. Corey Ackerman, one of our owners, he roasts the beans himself in Newport. We go from decaf to blonde roast espresso with everything in between. We cater to a large sugar-free community that is really big in Newport, really big over here as well. We carry things that are stevia-based, non-chemical-based, things like that. So you get that good flavor and good stuff. But it sets us apart because there's a whole 9 yards. It's full circle on us. So like I said, from bean to cup, every customer is not just a customer. It's names, it's family, it's making those connections that are going to last, that go outside of them just being a customer. There are families. We want a space where everybody, no matter what, where, who is comfortable and being can exist, just be themselves.
Alright. I think you're going to have to talk up a little bit for the camera there. So what role do you think coffee shops play in creating a sense of community, especially here in Morristown?
I think that outside of coffee's great. We all love caffeine. We all need it, for the most part, which is awesome. That's a way to serve the community, and yes, that brings people together. But just offering a space that does give a sense of community, where you can come in and, just as we're sitting in a living room right now, as comfortable, as at home as you can possibly be. And we want to be that for people, where you can just come in, do what you want to do, get your business done, chat with somebody you've not seen in 10 years, cater to all of it. And that's our goal here, is to be what you need us to be for you.
And I'm going to tell you, it's a great place to meet clients as a realtor, because a lot of times we meet up with with customers that we've never met before. And so they're coming into the area, you don't know them, they don't know you, And so you kind of want to meet with them in what we call a safe environment. So you're meeting them in a public place. This is a great place to do it. It gives them a sense of your local community, the local businesses that are here. So that's how I use it, is to meet customers that I've never met before. And they're like, oh, well, just meet me at Snowbird and we'll have a cup of coffee before we go. So what are some of the most popular coffee drinks that people order here?
By far, that's the easiest question, probably. By far, it's the Grandma Gatewood and the Blackberry White Mocha. Those are our biggest. And the Grandma Gatewood, that's the drink with a story.
Okay,
So you've got Grandma Gatewood. She was a wonderful woman, and she hiked the entire Appalachian Trail by herself. She was in her 80s.
Oh, wow.
And that was just an incredible feat by her. That's, we're in Appalachia here, so that was something that really hit home for us. And that kind of leads into where Snowbird Mountain comes from. When our owners moved down here, they moved right on the edge of North Carolina, Tennessee, up towards Grassy Fork, but they were on Snowbird Mountain, and that's where they moved to, so that kind of came full circle as well.
All right, good deal. Now, what was the other one you said?
The Blackberry White Mocha.
So tell us about that one.
That one we use a fresh blackberry puree. We get that. We actually partner with Yoder's. So it's super fresh, super good. We make our sauce out of that, and it's just light, fresh, and I love it.
What do you see as like one of the biggest challenges facing local coffee shops today?
It's always been the same game. You've got your local built from the bottom. Not to say that a lot of corporations aren't built from the bottom. There's a lot of small people that started out there, but our focus is community. That's what we are here for. We try to give back and be as involved as possible, not just with organizations, but with individuals and other businesses that are building themselves in the community. Right now we're doing sponsored sleeves for all sorts of small businesses, just to give them an outlet, to be able to give them the opportunities that our owners didn't quite have. Just to be able to not gatekeep, like I feel like a lot of corporations, they gatekeep. Fair enough. You want to keep your secrets to yourself. But we are here for the community. We want other people to succeed as well.
That's great. So, the magic question is, what is your preferred drink here?
That's a tough one. I'm on either end of the spectrum here, so that's going to be, my go-to is an iced Americano. My large iced Blackberry White Mocha would be my second one. So you've got either the diesel or the sweet stuff. So I'm one way or the other.
All right.
I tried one that had, is it cayenne pepper?
Yeah, the Alchemist. It's got a little bit of a kick
It wasn't
to
for me.
Yeah. We have a lot of people that love it, and it's very different.
Different.
But it's not for me either.
No, I'll stick with Grandma.
Now, what's in that one?
That one is a vanilla, caramel, and cinnamon. It's pretty simple, but they're beautiful. Simple and beautiful.
It's good. Very good.
All right. Now, this last question is one that we ask everyone. And I'm sitting here looking at you, and I'm not sure how old you are.
It's okay.
But we always say, if you could go back in time and give your 20-year-old self a piece of advice, what would that be? So,
how many years ago do you think that was?
I don't even know if you are 20 yet. I'm 52. You look like a baby to me.
I'm 29, so that's
Okay.
almost 10 years ago.
So that's
we'll
a good
take it.
reflection
We'll take
point.
it. It's
There
a
you
good
go.
reflection. I would have said to not count your chickens before they hatch.
Well,
And
that's
to not
good
put all
advice.
your eggs in one basket. Because I was very sold on a certain career. And I followed that for years and years, even before I was in college. And then I got into college and I got burned out. And did I ever think that I would make a career out of coffee, working odd jobs in college at coffee shops, and get into the science and the love behind it? I never thought I would have been here, but I'm very happy that I'm at this point.
Hey, I totally get that, yeah. Because, I mean, if you told me in college I was going to be selling real estate, I'd have laughed you out of the classroom because I was just like, I'm not a salesperson. That's just not me. And I just look at it, I don't really do sales. You know what I'm saying? I'm marketing homes. I'm fulfilling a need for people. If I have to sell you on it, then it's probably not the right one for you anyway.
Yes.
So, very good advice. And you don't look 29, by the way.
I appreciate
Of course, when you
that.
get our age, everybody looks young. So,
Okay.
all right. Well, is there anything else that you would like to say about Snowbird Mountain Coffee before we end?
Just feel free to come by and give us a try. Through the weekdays, we are open Monday through Friday. Those hours are going to be 7 to 5 daily. Then on Saturdays, we are open 8 to 4.
And you do have a rewards program, don't you?
We sure do. We just rolled out our punch cards again. So there's 10 little slots on there. You can swing by and grab one when you come by. Each drink you buy that we make behind the counter, we'll sign off on each one of those drinks. And once those 10 spots are full, you'll get $5 off your next order.
Good deal. Good deal. All right. Kim and I are going to talk a little bit about the real estate and mortgage market. You're welcome to sit here and listen if you'd like, or if you've got more important things to get to, you're welcome to go off camera as well.
I'll go tend to my chickens.
All right. Enjoy.
Thank you all.
Thank you. All right, Kim, so I saw where you posted on Facebook that THDA has lowered their rates. Tell us all about that.
5.625, and then if you fall under that, like the home ownership or the Brave, or where you know, in certain jobs, you get another 0.5% off, which makes it 5.125. So, very good.
All right, so I know we've probably talked about this before because THDA had lowered the rates, but again, for people who may not have watched previously, what qualifies someone for a THDA loan? What's the specification?
The specific program is what we call for first-time home buyers. However, number one, if you've not owned a home in the last 3 years, that requalifies you as a first-time home buyer. Also, there's specific counties where they're looking for more home ownership in. And just to give you a few of those, Granger County, Jefferson County. So all of those, the first-time home buyer rule does not apply at all. So you can sell a house in Hamlin, turn around, purchase a home in Jefferson County, and get the THDA program.
So even if they owned in Granger or Jefferson, they could sell that house and immediately use THDA to buy it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All
There
right.
are some income limits, and those vary by the number of the home, the counties, and things like that. So that's kind of a hard question to answer, just doing one simple answer.
Right, but overall,
Overall, yes.
yeah, okay. So THDA, is that with their grant program or is that just?
That is with their grant program, and they
Okay.
have two options. They have one where you can get a $6,000 to be used as towards your down payment, closing costs. If you take that option, you don't have to make any payments on that $6,000. The other option they have is you can get 6% of the sales price. So with that one, there are payments, but it's based on the same interest rate as the first mortgage, termed out over 30 years, so it's a very small payment. So, and that kind of looks at, you know, if you're looking in a situation where maybe the seller doesn't want to help pay closing costs, you can look at that 6% option and use that to make your down payment, pay your closing costs, and not have to ask the seller to pay anything.
Exactly.
Another plus to THDA is they also finance manufactured homes. They will do double wides on a permanent foundation, and it's the same interest rate as if it's a stick-built home. And a lot of other programs are going to charge you a higher rate if it is a manufactured home. So,
Is there a limit on how old that manufactured home can be?
76, I think it's July 1st, 76 or newer.
Okay, so it's not like USDA where it has to be 10
2006.
years or
Yeah,
something.
2006 for USDA. Now, I
Okay.
would say if it's an older one, you might want to get homeowner's insurance quote, you know, to make sure you get insurance on the older if they're that old, you know,
Right,
homes,
right.
you know, because those can be a little more difficult.
And most of the time we don't see those
No.
that old, but
No.
that's good to know.
Yes.
Because older homes can be an issue sometimes getting financed, so if they qualify for THDA, that's a good option. So.
Very good option.
All right. So, as far as real estate goes, the spring market has sprung, and we are seeing more inventory come on the market pretty much every day. Again, however, if we take a lot of this new construction off the books, I think I pulled the numbers last night, and there were 63 homes available for resale in Morristown. So when you think of the population of Morristown, just Morristown City has about 33,000 people, I think, and you have 63 houses for sale. So, you know, if you listen to the news and you listen to the media, you know, you're thinking that the housing market's going to crash. I've had so many people say, well, I know we're about to get a ton of foreclosures come in. No, we're probably not. And you're not going to see this horde of people selling like we have in the past, because if I'm sitting on 4% or less interest rate, I've got to have a pretty strong motivation to sell my house and get a new mortgage at 6, 6.25, whatever the rate may be. So we're seeing more inventory come on, but it's nothing like it has been in the past. And because we have a low inventory and a high demand, you're not going to see a housing crash here in Morristown. Hate to bust everybody's bubble. And obviously that's kind of really going to go for the Lakeway area in general. Granger County, Hawkins, Jefferson, Cox, here in Morristown. So things are looking pretty good. If you're still, you know, if you do need to sell your home, I can help you do that. Homes are still selling. If you price them right, they're going to be sold pretty quick. So, all right, anything else in the mortgage world we need to know about?
No, the other interest rates have come down a little bit as well. So like you said, you know, if people are thinking I'm going to wait till they come on down, you know, I think if they, as they come down more, you know, in the next few years, you can always refinance. But I think if you wait till then, values are going to be even more. So it's probably not a bad idea to go ahead and get it bought, you know, and a 6% rate in the grand scheme of things that we've seen with our age of knowing that they've been a lot higher than 6% in the past, so it's still a great time to purchase.
Yeah, it popped up in my Facebook memories today. I had shared a rate table from 1985. Several years ago I had shared that, and rates then, they were advertising 11%, and that was with 2% buy down, like a 2% discount. So yeah, I mean, when you're thinking about things like that, 6%, it's still not too bad. So for people who bought their home, you know, 20, 30 years ago, and we have a lot of those here in Hamilton County, you know, their homes are more than likely paid off, or their mortgage rate was significantly higher than that 6%, unless they had refinanced recently. So those are kind of the people who are going to come out smelling like a rose right now, because, you know, those are the people like my parents. They bought their house 50 years ago. They paid $18,000 for a rancher with a basement. You know, that house is obviously worth a lot more than $18,000 now. So, all right, well, that wraps us up for today. Stay tuned next week, and we will be back with another local business.